Ah, this is the PowerPoint on explanations. At this stage of the term, you should be able to write introductions well, as you should be able to recognise the three elements: an introductory sentence, some background information, and a proposition. What if you were studying A Christmas Carol? If some of you in Year 8, you will be. And I ask you this question: what, in your opinion, is the most important issue in A Christmas Carol? The three elements of your introduction should be an introductory sentence. Charles Dickens wrote A Christmas Carol. I have the name of the text and the name of the author in there. Some background information. He wrote it during a time of great poverty in England. Dickens had had first-hand experience of poverty himself. Okay, that should keep you a little interested. And finally, you have the proposition at the end of the paragraph. Dickens deals with the issue of poverty, and this is the most important in the novel. Have I answered the question, what is the most important issue in A Christmas Carol? Yes, poverty is the most important issue in this novel. After I've written my introduction, and of course most importantly my proposition, I now have to go on to writing topic sentences. Now my proposition said, Dickens deals with the issue of poverty, and this is the most important in the novel. How do I support this? Well, each topic sentence needs to support what I've said in the proposition. The issue is poverty. It is the most important. Why? Because poverty encourages fear, as it did in Scrooge, and fear makes us uncaring. Why else? Poverty causes the deaths of innocent people. And why else? Poverty often causes people to cease celebrating the goodness of God. Those are my topic sentences to support my proposition. Once I have written down these topic sentences, then I need to find evidence that supports each of them. Okay, I can find quotes, paraphrases, or examples to support my argument. Poverty encourages fear, as it did in Scrooge, and fear makes us uncaring. As a child, Scrooge is abandoned by his father. This is a straight example from the text. Alright? A quote from the text could be, poverty causes the deaths of innocent people. Tell me, Spirit, will Tiny Tim die? Remember, Scrooge asked the Spirit this, so it's a proper quote. And to support my third topic sentence, poverty often causes people to cease celebrating the goodness of God, I have paraphrased a section of the text. Bob Cratchit is saddened but not surprised when he is told his daughter cannot spend Christmas Day with the family. She has work. If you look at my topic sentences and evidence on the previous page, you may feel that the evidence proves my point. We often say that the evidence is overwhelming. Yet someone who knows how to argue convincingly will remember to tie the point he or she is making, that's the topic sentence, and the evidence together. When those two are tied together, you have an explanation. Say my topic sentence is, dogs shouldn't be allowed on the beach. And then I give evidence, dogs dig big holes. Well, you could ask yourself, could this be a reason for not letting dogs on the beach? Without an explanation, it is not. Dogs dig big holes. Someone who explains well could say, yes, but when the water comes in, the holes get filled in by the water and the sand. Small children also dig holes on the beach too, but no one puts up signs saying no kids on the beach. So dogs dig big holes doesn't prove anything. It's good evidence, but I need an explanation. Using the quote about Tiny Tim does not prove that poverty kills unless you explain the connection between poverty and Tiny Tim's frailty. People often lose arguments because they give great topic sentences and great evidence, but someone else turns it around by giving a good explanation. They could say, Tiny Tim was actually born this way. Poverty had no effect on him at all. His frailty was simply due to the way he was born. Or you could argue that poverty has a direct effect on Tiny Tim. That is because he does not have enough to eat that he is so frail, and because he will not have enough to eat in the future, this could possibly kill him. As you can see, what seems obvious evidence can actually be turned around by someone who argues well. Explanations link your topic sentence with your evidence. Let me give an example. Women's magazines affect self-esteem. Topic sentence. The average model is 25% underweight. But how does that affect self-esteem? Or you could give a topic sentence. C.S. Lewis created Narnia with characters that show true holiness. And for evidence, you could say Aslan is killed on a stone table. But how are these statements related? What appears obvious, especially if you've read the book, may not be obvious to someone who's not read the book or seen the movie. So you need to make a connection. How is Aslan being killed on a stone table a reflection of true holiness? Because Aslan is killed on that stone table because he is so good he is willing to die for someone who is bad. This is the very nature of God. And that means that C.S. Lewis has created a character that is holy. How is the average model being 25% underweight and women's magazines affecting self-esteem? How are they connected? Well, women's magazines are full of models. If the models in the magazines are 25% underweight and the women who are reading the magazines are looking at these pictures of women, then maybe they will feel that they are overweight or too heavy. So women's magazines affect self-esteem because they put in skinny models and tell women that this is the size they are supposed to be.